Sorry, I'm still trying to get all the stuff set up. But yeah, hey, what's up, people? Caesar is still being annoying for the usual. Hopefully he leaves me alone. I just gave him food. No, we're gonna go back to the level on Creek, I feel. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, today I haven't read the patch notes yet. I briefly got on before I went or was on lunch at work to check out some of the new weapons, but I haven't actually read the notes, and so today I'm going to go ahead and read over the patch notes and see what's going on, and then I'm going to, I don't know, I guess I'll go in game and test out some stuff. I don't know how much I'm going to play today because I have to raid tonight on WoW. So I just want to see what's in the patch notes, how big of an update do we got, all that stuff, because that's really important. But yeah, it's a long patch notes. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see how it is. I hope it's long. I hope it's good. I mean, we haven't seen anything in Remnant 2 in quite a while. So since December 7th? That's been about 3 months. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a long time. At least in the gaming sphere, we've had so many banger titles come out. And Dragon Dogma's right around the corner. Anyway, let me turn this thing back on. What's up? Howdy. I got music going. All right. Can I zoom in on this just a wee bit so y'all can see this better? That looks all right. Turn on my light for this. What's up? Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rebirth this out. I'm still not playing that. I'm gonna wait until all the Final Fantasy VII shit's done, and then I'll go through it in like one big playthrough. I'm not gonna keep waiting to play pieces of it and spend $70 each time, because once they're done, they're gonna come out with like a big collector's box that has all of it. And like the first part's gonna be on PS5 and all that shit. Like, it's when it's done, I'll get into it. I don't have a PS5. Like, and so, dude, I love the discourse around like console gaming right now, because not only is Xbox abandoning this generation already, but PS5 says, or Sony says, that the PS5's halfway through their life cycle, and it's like, bro, there's like 5 games on the PS5. Like, that's it. Like, I don't have a PS5, and I didn't pick like a better time to skip a generation. I have no consoles right now, and I'm not missing out on anything. So funny. All right. Anyway, so let's get into the patch notes. I'm hoping for good stuff. I can see right up here crossplay. First thing, awesome, good news. I'm glad that we have crossplay finally. Is it on Epic Games too? Cross-platform, default. PC user framework generally block. Oh, you have to block on links. Okay, so it is still Epic as well. So across Steam, across Epic, and consoles, that's pretty hot. That's good update. I know that they were talking about that for a long time. They really wish they had crossplay in at launch, but better late than never, I guess. So awesome. I know a lot of people were holding out on playing because they wanted to play with friends, and so awesome crossplay, big update, woohoo. Aberration event. Okay, so this is like the Halloween event where aberrations, or the crazy aberrations, the new ones, are all over the zones, which is great because getting corrupted fragments is a huge pain in the ass outside of these events. So up until March 5th, so we got another week, so that's cool. And I only knew that this was a thing because they said that they have new corrupted weapons. Yeah, right here, more corrupted weapons, and that's what I went to go look at. That's the only thing I saw from the game. So cool, new event, new corrupted weapons, more content's always great. I mean, come on, who doesn't like new weapons? So far, great. How big is this? Oh, the little bar over here is pretty long. Okay, Caesar, you gotta leave me alone. Come on. See, does doggo cam work? Come on. Caesar is put that down. Caesar's just hanging around. He just wants attention. Stop eating my pens. Hey, buddy. Can you go lay down? Caesar? Yeah. Alright. You go do your thing, dude. But you gotta leave me alone. Okay. Quality of life changes. FSR 3 support. I have no idea what that is. Graphic settings, apparently. Is that for like AMD cards? No idea. Issues who started Gunslinger. Okay, this doesn't matter to me at all. Oh, we have Corrupted Savior. That is one of them. No. It works just like the other corrupted weapons. You talk to Dwell, and then you trade corrupted fragments in for the weapons, and then I think you have to just go and buy that back from whatever. I can't remember the guy's name. The bandit dude. You buy it from the merchant, I think. FS3 is a slightly better upscaler tech. Is that for NVIDIA cards though, or is that for AMD cards? Balance. Oh, that was it for, okay, so that's general. Okay. Brabus, there you go, Brabus. You should just have to go talk to Brabus. I wouldn't be surprised though if you just don't get another one, to be honest. That's fine, the Savior sucked. Anyway, dev notes for the balance. Okay, so, wow, there's a larger balance patch for DLC 2. How big is this fucking list though? Like, if you look over here on the right, like, this thing goes really fucking far, and this is bigger. Okay. All right, so it's just, hey, there's more patches coming. This is kind of the first we've officially heard about DLC 2. So, all right. Archetype changes. Hunter's focus ADS requirement reduced by half. That's pretty fucking big. Hunter's focus is like the best skill in the game. So the only reason why I don't use it on Hunter is because you don't have a whole second of aiming down sights to trigger the buff. In a lot of the boss fights, the uptime's not great, but that is pretty fucking big. So yeah, I like that. You're a collector. I know, I don't like having to swap out too. I don't know. We might be able to just like mod it in, put it on a vendor. So that's the only Hunter change. Okay, good. Hunter didn't need buffs. That's a really good quality of life feature. Uptime on Hunter's focus is great. Challenger, Die Hard grants a stack of bulwark while it is unavailable. Okay, and War Stomp deals explosive damage. That's interesting. So they want to make Die Hard more impactful, but has a 10-minute cooldown. So the problem with Die Hard, so Die Hard's the prime perk for Challenger that when you die, you get like free revive. You get this one stack of bulwark only while it's unavailable. So you have to die and then be on that cooldown to get the bulwark. So you're gonna have to intentionally kill yourself if you want that, or don't. I don't know. I wish it was just like, hey, you just get a stack of bulwark. I don't know. Warsaw being explosive is crazy because now we could scale it. Like, it's so hard to scale skill damage that we don't have very many things that do it. Like, we have like 1 or 2 trinkets and like or rings, I guess, and an amulet, and that's about it. There's no skill crit, no skill crit multi, none of that stuff. Skills typically don't hit weak spots other than Gunslinger. So getting explosive damage is gonna be crazy. Here's the other thing about it too. So I use Challenger for my grenade builds because grenades scale off mod damage and Challenger has all damage, and those scale explosives. So now when I run Challenger for grenades, the stomp is going to be better because it's explosive. So that's going to be cool. I actually like that. Medic, no changes. Dude, fucking Tragic loves Medic. I don't think there's anything wrong with Medic, but I would have liked Medic to get something. Because the only problem I have with Medic is that none of its perks and skills do anything if you're playing well. That's the only problem I have with it. If you're getting hit, if you're not like the best player around, sure, Medic's great. But when you get like, as your skill gets higher, Medic's usefulness gets lower. That's my only complaint. Handler, Pack Hunter, no longer required your companion to be up to grant the bonus. Thank God. This is my biggest complaint with Handler class, is that your pet still dies all the time, especially like boss fights on Apocalypse and stuff. And when your pet dies, you lose all your damage. So great, you just have damage bonuses. Awesome. It also now grants melee damage and melee crit. Okay, so it's going to be range, skill, and melee for handler. That's pretty good for a generic setup. I don't know when that melee is going to come in handy, because even like my melee build that runs... Sorry, I got hiccups. I don't know why I keep getting hiccups when I talk. My melee builds typically run Challenger, but then also Alchemist, because Frenzy Dust increases melee attack speed, which is far more impactful. But I don't know, having Dog just to apply bleed might change things up. So that's an interesting change. I don't know if that's great. I mean, who doesn't want more damage? Howl sizes are increased by aura sizes. Okay, I don't know if that really matters, but all right. Cool. Gunslinger, +1 quick draw charge. Okay, and 50% damage. Okay, so this is funny because in our mod for Beyond Hell that we've been working on, we did buff Gunslinger damage. Not by that much, but that's a fuck ton of damage. Gunslinger with an additional charge and 50% damage, dude, you're gonna be able to make those cowboy builds. That is for sure. Then we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on our mod, because that's pretty crazy. I can't believe they gave Gunslinger all that damage. I mean, I guess nobody was using Quick Draw. I mean, everyone used Bullet Storm, and only like Bolt and like 2 other people run Sidewinder, because it's only good for killing bosses. But that's nutty. I can't believe that. That's just nuts. Is Hugs still king? It's not. Hugs is still like up there, like top. Like, but it's like it's so close, and it's situationally comparable to Hunter Challenger, which is really, really strong, and a Hunter Ritualist, because they get extra crit. And Ritualist is just annoyingly good. It's so good. But Hugs is still right there. Alright. So Gunslinger changes crazy. Summoner. Dominator, which is their damage perk, gains explosive damage type. Why? Dominator no longer grants a damage increase to range and melee on sacrifice. Okay. But it always grants mod skill explosive damage. Okay. That's it? What? Okay, so... What? Yeah, Hugs is consistent. I don't understand this at all. So, Dominator... Basically, you no longer swap between mod and skill and range and melee, depending on if you sacrifice your pets. Fair enough, it was clunky, nobody did that anyway. But, now we just have mod, skill, and explosive damage. Is that 35% explosive damage? So the only reason why I'm confused, and I think this is weird, is because, yeah, which they say they add it because which works for sacrifice and all other explosive options. Here's the thing about how scaling works in Remnant. I don't know if they even know this. You can't double dip on bonuses. So if you have a skill, like your fucking summons, that, you know, when you explode them on sacrifice, you know, it does skill damage and explosion damage. But you're only, if you have Dominator that does skill and explosion, you're only gonna get the largest damage bonus out of it. So the problem that Dominator is just the name of the damage perk. So the problem with Summoner before was that when you sacrificed your summons, you lost your skill damage bonus, which means your explosion and your sacrifice didn't get your damage perk, so you just never had it. But because they make it so you always have it, that would now work. You would get your skill damage on your sacrifice. So the explosion damage doesn't matter, because if you sacrifice now, you're going to get the skill damage, and as long as it's the same as the explosion damage, you're not going to get both skill and explosion off it. You only get the largest amount. That's why, like, if you have all damage, and let's say in your, yeah, if you have all damage from like medic or whatever, and then you have like a gun with hot shot, you don't get the range damage. You don't get the range damage on top of mod damage because you use the, you know, hot shot mod, and then you also don't get elemental damage on top. You don't get like 3 instances of that perk. You just get whatever the highest is, and because it's all the same, it doesn't matter. So this explosion damage doesn't do anything for minions because the skill damage is always active anyways, unless the explosion's a lot higher than the skill damage. I'll have to see how the percentages is, but you don't get both skill and explosion on your minion sacrifice. So I don't understand what that's for. And then the thing is too, so like all the explosion damage that we use comes from mods, and because we always have mod damage, we don't get mod and explosion for like Meridian rockets and Helix shot and stuff like that. You don't get to double dip and get both of these bonuses. So the only thing that this little explosion damage perk helps with is like standard shooting of Meridian and Corrupted Meridian, and I guess Star Shot, but that thing is terrible to shoot. So I don't understand why they have the explosion damage here. It does not help the summoner at all, and they don't have anything for like summon damage or anything like that. And that's the problem with summoners, is that their summons suck. Like, yeah, they can survive now that they buffed, like 2 patches ago, they buffed the life and armor. They can survive, but they still do no damage. So this is a big nothing. So whatever. That means nothing. Summoner didn't get changed at all. Unless there's something... Unless this explosion damage is higher than 35%, so it overwrites the skill damage, it's not... It doesn't do anything. It does nothing. It's a pointless change. Alchemist. Okay, we talked about this in the dev Discord. I'm glad that they added it in this patch. So, the key change here for that Frenzy Dust now grants melee speed and melee charge speed was that I think before it just did melee attack speed. And melee attack speed doesn't change the wind-up animations on some charges. Great Swords, it did. So we didn't notice it when we're using like World's Edge and Stonebreaker, because the attack speed just went all the way through the whole animation. But other weapons that have like slower charges or different charge animations didn't get melee attack speed bonus from it. But now they will, because it does melee charge speed. So that's cool. Skill effect, no, skill reset does not find the ground. Okay, so this was a bug that if you threw your vial, it would just go on cooldown if it didn't like activate, so it doesn't do that anymore, so that's cool. Flashcaster and throw speed benefit vial skills. It did it before? I guess that's cool. I never really cared because like the vial throw is pretty fast, but I guess that's cool. I'm not going to complain about it. It's neato. You can build 500 kilogram bomb. No, you can't. The explosion does nothing for him. Good change for Alchemist. I'm gonna like that because I expect, you know, Stonebreaker nerfs to be in here somewhere. But cool. Play around with more melee stuff. Engineer added range damage to Metalworker. Okay, so you get 25% range damage at 10, and turrets can now critical hit. Thank God. Turrets did no fucking damage. Engineers can be more viable with turret placed. Yes. So this is cool. So if you guys didn't know, turrets dealt 40% of your damage when it's in turret form versus in hand. That's just got a modifier of your dealing 40%. It's really bad. But the fact that they couldn't crit either means you're actually losing more than 40% damage. So, sorry. I don't know why I'm getting sick again. The turrets were really bad, but now that they can crit, that's going to bridge that gap. They still do, you know, only 40% damage, but now that it's out, you have 25% range damage, so you can actually play around with a gun and a turret, and not, you know, be gimping yourself, because Engineer only did skill damage. So that's cool. Cool change to Engineer. I wish turret damage got boosted a little bit from going from like 40% to like 55%. That would be nice, but good change, good change. Hunter Engineer or Engineer Gunslinger. You're right, Far Risk. Engineer Gunslinger with the new Gunslinger damage. That's going to be a good change, good change. Will they use player crit? No. No, they use skill crit. Of course they use skill crit. So they're only going to have, you know, like fucking 10%, 20% crit, but it's still better than nothing. Okay, good change for Engineer. Archon, here we go. Where's the nerf? Chaos Gate damage went from 15 to 50%. Good, we did talk about this. That's awesome. Chaos Gate was useless before. 50% mod damage. It's not multiplicative, it's just additive, so that might be halfway decent now. Chaos Gate causes incoming damage to be increased by 15%. I think it was 20%. So is that a buff technically to that? Oh, that's big. 10 seconds after leaving. Okay. Chaos Gate now became my favorite skill for Archon. That's such a huge quality of life boon. So you can actually roll out of the way and retain your buff, and then roll back in when you need to. Awesome. Power creep not properly allows mod generation while mod is active. No way. Why would they do that? If you guys don't understand what this means, it means the mod that trickles over time whenever you use a mod, I think it's their utility perk, is now going to apply to mods while active, which is the exact problem we had with Stone of Malevolence and Favorite Sigil and shit like that, that they were generating too much mod power while mods were active, which allowed you to just spam them constantly. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, Infinite Ravens, shit like that. I wanted to play Infinite Raven. That's actually something I really wanted to do, and that might allow it. That's a ridiculous change. Maybe it's not OP. We'll have to see, but it does seem really fucking OP. Jesus. That's just nuts. Alright. Invader. Shark. Shark is not the prime perk. Shark is their damage perk. But fall off one at a time. Okay, great. But reduce total time from 15 to 10 seconds. Fine. Whatever. That's fine. That's the only thing they changed for Invader. Cool. They drop one at a time, so you're going to have more uptime on Shark. Awesome. I like Invader. I think Invader is probably the most fun class to play, but I don't know. I think it needs to do more with its decoys. Like, its decoys are strong when you use them from the Relic perk, but like the actual Prime perk and the skill decoys aren't very good, and I wish it would get like more bonuses for attacking stuff not targeting the player, so you can play around with that more, but that's just me. Good change, small change, but good change. Hey, Sora. Explorer, dramatically speed up the dig animation of Gold Digger. It's not going to make me play Gold Digger, unfortunately. I like Explorer. I like the concept of the class, but the buffs from Gold Digger are not very good. And most of the skills and perks from that whole kit do nothing once you have, you know, a decent amount of money and relics. Relics? Fragments? Yeah, stuff like that. So, I don't know. Fine, whatever. It's Explorer. Challenger Invader is pretty fucking fun. You can't die with that setup. Ritualist, Erupt now deals explosive damage. You know what's funny? This is... The only reason why this is there is because in the flavor text of the skill, it says explodes, but it didn't actually explode. So it's funny that they just made it explosive damage rather than change the tooltip text. I don't think it needs to be explosive damage, but no one's going to complain because explosives... Sorry, I'm getting hiccups and I'm coughing and I'm just getting sick. Explosives are the best things to scale because of detonation trigger, but... Okay. Yeah, Harry, I will. Once I'm done reading the patch notes, I'll get in. Death Wish now respects kinship trait again, but now it doesn't get reduced by armor. So they flip-flopped on that like 3 times now. I don't know if it's good or not because now it's still only one or the other. I don't know. But now it doesn't kill you ever. So Death Wish buff, great. I don't know if I'm going to use Death Wish because it's still just an additive bonus, and I think the dot damage is probably better from destroying Miasma. Miasma's OP, man. It's so crazy. Oh yeah, War Stomp Erupt. You could definitely do that. War Stomp Erupt. Alright, so now we get into the gear. Yeah, Death Wish is a level 10 skill, yeah. Alright, gear tweaks. And they said they okay, so I'm not even halfway through this, like, line, the scroll bar. And they said they have a bigger balance patch coming up, so there's still gonna be a bunch of shit here. Alright. Atonement Fold. Disabled voice lance from I'm bleeding. Great, but what about the bleeding sound effects? Like, the bleed driplets are the worst thing ever for using that. But they didn't actually nerf Atonement Fold, which is crazy, because that is the best ring in the game. It does so much. Ooh, all the spread reduction across the board. Everything that gives spread reduced it, because shotguns are OP. That's understandable. Okay, so we haven't put a cap on spread yet, but we may in the future. They need to do this. Rather than nerf spread reduction stuff, they need to just put a cap on spread for the shotgun, so the reticle can't be like a dot. Because it's going to make people not want to run spread for things like LMGs and SMGs and stuff like that, just because shotguns are too powerful with it. So they can't keep nerfing the values. Can you make a build of that nebula? Yeah, I will once I'm done reading patch notes. I haven't read the patch notes yet, so I want to go through all the little changes. But yeah, once I get in, I think I'm still updating the game too. Oh no, it's updated now. All right. Yeah, once I'm done, I'll get into it. So, spread reduced, understandable. Feedback mutator can now generate mod power while mod. Why? What? And reprocess heart? Holy fuck. Yeah, Infinite Raven is gonna be my next mod build. Wow. Why would they do that? And they must have gutted Malevolence or something, because letting mods generate mod power while mod is active is the problem we've had forever, and that they didn't want. Why? Why would they do that? Yeah. Wow, what the fuck? Okay. Alright. I mean, look, I love mod builds. Mod builds are my favorite builds. Getting shit like this is crazy. And I didn't think we would get mod generation while mods are active. That's dumb. I think it might be a little too much, though. I would rather mods be just a bit better rather than just have infinite of them. We probably will. I don't know. Again, I'll have to see in-game, but that's just dumb. Maybe they can't fix it. Maybe. Weapons. Anguish finally got changed. Okay, maybe I can use Anguish again, because they said this in the last patch notes that Anguish got fixed, but it still wasn't fixed. So, cool. I love Anguish. Maybe it'll be better now, so maybe I'll make an Anguish build. Is Ritualist finally fixed? I didn't see anything regarding... Well, we haven't gone into bug fixes. There was nothing on the Ritualist in the Archetype changes. Oh, no. It was just this. The Death Wish and Explosive. Maybe. We'll see. I'm going to keep going through it. Crescent Moon, overcharged shots from Moon Barrage no longer shoot 2 bolts. Okay. So they nerfed Crescent Moon. So it specifies overcharge. So it means if you land perfect shots, precision shots, you're still going to get 2 bolts. But if you don't, then you only get your single shot, which I think is fair, to be honest. But I think at that point, if they were going to do that, they should revert some of the nerfs that they hit Crescent Moon with, because Crescent Moon went from like 100% weak spot damage down to like 70 or something, and because it was just OP. But if they're doing this, so you can't just spam it for 2 bolts or 2 shots, they should probably revert some of the other changes. I don't know. They might have inadvertently killed Crescent Moon. Not like, you know, sure, top end precision damage, it's still going to be good, but I think in the heat of the moment and fighting on bosses, you're not going to always land those precision shots, and I think that's going to kind of gut it, because it was good, but it was still being like overshadowed by like Deceit and some other builds. So I think that might be like the final nail in the coffin to move Crescent Moon out of S tier. Oh, I need to do a tier update. Okay, maybe I'll do that. I'm surprised to see Crescent Moon nerfed, but fair enough. Twisted Arbalist. Primary Fire now refreshes any current Guardian mark on hit while the mod is active. What? So, I don't understand this change. So, Arbalist, when you have your mod meter full, when you shoot someone and hit with the thing, they become marked. And that's everyone that gets hit. So it already... What does it mean by refreshes a mark while the mod is active? Because the mod is just like a quick call down. I don't understand what this means. It refreshes a current mark while the mod is active. So you shoot, and it marks everything. You call it down. You can't shoot it while you're doing the call. I don't understand what this does. If someone knows, let me know, because I don't know what this change is supposed to do. I don't know. Nebula Nanoswarm now applies dot. Great. Great. I needed another reason to use Nanoswarm. A lot of times you just use it because it's just like a fire and forget mod that we don't have to like maintain. But now that it does a corrosive dot, we can have another dot active and we don't have to actually use Nebula and shoot it to apply corrosion. Great. Dot builds are better. Love it. Hunter Spear added corrosive dot on hit. It says small. So it's probably not like Krulax. You're not going to be dealing a bunch of damage with it. So it's just there to have a dot, which I think is a cop-out, to be honest. I would love for the Hunter Spear to have like a big dot on hit. It says, because they added this little qualifier here, small dot, it's going to be tiny. It's going to be like fucking 2 damage a tick. So it's literally just there to apply a status, which I think is stupid. That's stupid. Projectile speed and charge speed is increased though. Great. It was kind of slow before. So Hunter Spear will be cool. I like that. Spectral Blade. Ah! Spectral Blade got nerfed. Actually, I think someone spoiled that earlier, but I didn't believe them. So they finally removed Spectral Blade scaling. Good. It was way too ridiculous. You could just full clear rooms with it. No problem. Okay. Funny. No Stonebreaker nerf. I am really surprised about that. Stonebreaker is absurd. Unless it got hit last patch. I don't think it did, though. I don't think it did. Alright, whatever. Bug fixes. Oh, is that it? Oh, that's just weapons. Okay. That was gear and items. Ooh, is there not? Is that all that was changed? Alright, bug fixes. Things don't spawn. Don't get credit for acquiring 3,000 scrap. Ritualist, bugs. Okay, Ritualist does grant proper crit increase, supposedly. Miasma. Fix an issue where miasma and eruption do not function as described. That is so fucking vague, I don't even understand what that means. You could have just said fixed miasma and fixed eruption, and people would have been like, what? Didn't those work? What was wrong with them before? Alright, Handler. Fix an issue where support dog was not healing for correct value. Alright, fair enough. It could be 3 things. I don't know what they fixed. This thing, it's not... We're gonna have to go and test stuff still, so we don't know what it is. Alchemist, Vials, don't go on cooldown if you throw them out of the world. Okay. Challenger, Face of Danger is not working as described. They just changed this, I think, in the last update, so it must have not have worked. And now it might again. Sequence Shot. Ah, Sequence Shot got fixed. Finally. It was 90%, I think, before. 90% charge shot, where everyone was running around with, like, OP, Deceit, and bow builds. So you're like, look at this new meta shit. I'm like, yeah. You don't think 90% charge increase is a bug? It was 35 before the patch and then 90 after. Yeah, people are dumb. I'm glad it got put back to normal. People are stupid. Fix an issue with the Atari booster is sometimes not providing a buff when the player equips a heavy weapon. I recall seeing this. I'm glad it got fixed. That was like if you pick up the turret, then you lose the buff, I think. Or if you put your heavy carry down as a turret, I think you would lose it. Bloodline mod would result in inferior applying bleed with merciless. I haven't seen this, but okay, cool fix. Embrace of Shahala, nobody uses that. Blood Jewel did not scale with duration. Twisted. Oh look, whoa! They changed all the stuff that not scale with duration. Okay, some of it. Now I wonder if it's broken. Did they fix it or did they break it again? So we're gonna have to go and see what these dots do. Energized net coil actually working with duration is fucking huge. If everything works like it did before the DLC. We can see. We have to see. Fix an issue where compulsion loop would trigger from space crabs. Alright. Feather wound crystal damage wasn't affected by weapons level. Okay, I think people only used it for the dot and the crit. Yeah, there's some pretty big changes. Red Ring of Death was not working correctly with Fire Tornado. That could be a buff or a nerf. We could see. Yeah, me too. I really like shotguns and I love my coach guns, so reduced spread kind of sucks. Whatever. Kill switch mutator damage was reduced in attached to shotguns. Thank you. There's a lot of things that don't work with shotguns because all their pellets are individually lower damage. Monarch was trading reserves in Bulletstorm. Okay. Corrupted Meridian was not working with sequence shot while wearing Archer's Ring. Oh, it wasn't? Okay. So maybe Corrupted Meridian charged ranged build might be better now. Oh, a Corrupted Meridian dealing weak spot damage and being affected by fall off damage. Oh, I can't weak spot anymore? Boo! But no fall off. I guess that's okay. That's a decent trade. I'm interested to go back and do Charge Shot Corrupted Meridian as like Hunter something else. That might be interesting. Interesting. Did they fix the duration then? Or is... I don't know. We're gonna have to, like, these patch notes are very vague, Fosk. We're gonna have to actually test them in game. Entire endless loop. Nobody uses that. Soulbind. Nobody uses that. Boar. What the? Wow, is that such a weird bug? While Boar and Soulbinder are on the same target, wormhole damage buff would be consumed. When does that fucking pop up? Alright. Increased cast speed was not affecting Hunter's Mark or Bulletstorm. Okay, so the skill animations actually will get increased by Flashcaster. Cool, I like that. I don't know these. I haven't seen these. All Seeing Eye. Okay. Fix an issue with Chain of Command mod. We're homing back towards failed harpoon shot. Okay. Well, that's a good fix. Dude, flipping, I forget what the weapon's called now. You know, I'm drawing a blank today. Whatever the gun from the One True King is, it's really good now, so I'm glad that that's fixed. Fixing issue where Overloaded was doing more damage than the intended amount. Okay. Good and bad. Good, because I could not figure out why Overload was dealing so much fucking damage. Sometimes, like, the damage was just all over the place. Bad, because now you just nerfed all the Overload builds, which already weren't good to begin with, even with that. So, Monarch, there you go. Monarch, sorry. I'm drawing such blanks. So, sad for Overload, but good because it's going to make me not insane. Fix an issue where Supernova was unaffected by Harmonizer. Supernova is... Aphelion? Yeah, it's Black Hole, Starshot, Supernova. Okay. Alright. Cool. Fix the issue where Weapon Lord was not being consumed and applied the fault line on Stonebreaker. Cool, I like that fix. Still not going to use it over crit stacking, but good fix there. Fix the issue where Soda Malevolence and Favorite Signal were not functioning as described. What the fuck does that even mean? Did they actually fix them so they're not generating a bajillion amount of mod power like I've been saying since the fucking start of the game? Is that actually fixed? And is that why they give us all the mod power generation shit earlier? It just, see, these patch notes don't do justice. They just say not functioning as described. If that's the case, if we take that for true value, they are now functioning as described, which means Stone of Malevolence and Favoring Signal are fucking dead. and are not worth using. That's what that means. We'll have to test in order to prove it, but if this is a correct statement, 2 dead items. Fix an issue where reboot was working incorrectly with some item combinations. Cool. Great. Vague. Fix an issue where Vulcan turrets fires to the right of the reticle when held and when not aiming directly at an enemy. Is that an issue? Vulcan turret fires to the right of the reticle when held. Alright. I didn't know that was an issue, but alright. Fix an issue or windfall blades are only doing damage when hitting protective plating. I don't know what any of this. I don't know what windfall blades are. Alright. I don't know. Fix an issue where fire damage from black tar grenades is doing less damage when the player had more status duration. I think this should have been up with the other status duration stuff, but that makes sense. Star Killer, nobody cares about. Anguish, charge shots had a chance to benefit twice from Bayonet Mutator. That makes sense, because you'd have the hit and then the explosion afterwards. Fair enough, fair change. Fix an issue where Overload's AoE explosion fired off every second when it was applied by a Ritualist Purge perk. Okay, a lot of people were doing that with the Overload builds, so rip those Overload builds. Fix an issue where Overload status when it was dealing reduced damage when spread with Vile perk. Buff to Overload builds. Okay, cool, good fixes. Fix an issue where Overload explosion could do critical damage. What? Status effects are not meant to do. Overload can't. It can't do critical damage? Oh, Windfall's the mod of Deceit. Okay, cool, thanks. Okay, well that's a good change for Corrupted Deceit then. But hold up. Overload can't crit anymore. That's a big what the fuck. Like, Overload's not even good. And now it can't crit. The only thing that was cool about Overload is you could stack Overload crits. Okay, so Overload is trash. I like how they say Overload explosions, but you can't scale it with explosions. Actually, I think you can. Can you? Maybe. I don't think so, actually. I don't think so. Okay, so big rip to explosion builds, or it's not explosion builds, Overload builds overall. One good buff, but overall, Overload's kind of dead. Fix an issue where impact and heavy carry would play unintended visual effects when performing a melee attack. Oh yeah, weapon swap in heavy carry. Got it. Fix an issue when Nebula's corrosion dot would not end. I didn't know that was an issue. Fix an issue where AoE damage was not affecting non-combat environmental critters. Okay, like when you say non-combat environmental critters, you're not talking about pigs and deer, because those are fucking combat environmental critters, that's for sure. So like the rats and stuff. I mean, cool fix, I guess. I don't think it really matter that much, but cool fix. Ooh, that's all the bugs. Okay. Enemies. Root fire projectiles for tracking player too much. Okay. I mean, yeah, but okay, cool. Fix an issue with the Sunken Witch Brewing. We're not playing some of the voice lines. Generating bands don't work correctly. This is not an enemy behavior. Generating band is a player thing. Ring of Spears are able to be triggered while in wounded state. That's funny. You can also, they already fixed it in Archon state, I think. So cool. Just enemy graphical things. Oh, cool. No more invincible root zombies and Legion. That's also nice. Nano face mod, game crash. Haven't seen that, but all right. UI stuff. I don't really care about the UI stuff. All right, and that's it. Misfist. Okay. All right. not a lot of changes that I was expecting. A lot of changes I wasn't expecting. Not a lot of gear changes. Some, not as much as I thought. Definitely some. Archetypes got tweaked. Now, obviously, this isn't like the big patch. They did say it up right here at the top that, hey, we've got a big patch that's coming sometime. There we go. This one, the balance thing. So we have a big patch that's coming for later on in DLC 2. Okay. Some archetype changes. Cool. Mod stuff that we're gonna have to look at with mods now being able to generate mod power while active. That's crazy. We'll have to see if Phelan Feyrin got nerfed. They didn't mention the gazing eye scaling with dot duration, so I bet that's still OP as shit. That didn't get nerfed. Everything else I think that was pretty outlandishly OP got nerfed, which is good. Alright. Maybe Shepard. Yeah, like, they went really hard on overload stuff. Like, there was a lot of things mentioning overload. Four things for overload. So, but ultimately a lot of nerfs to overload. No crit on overload. That's rough. That's really rough. Anyway, so let me just go ahead and get into the game. Turn off my music, I guess. That didn't actually turn off my music, I guess. All right. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that out. I'm gonna record that, I guess, and put it on YouTube just so I can go over the patch notes there. I don't know. I was expecting more. Ultimately, I was expecting more, and I know we're gonna get some in DLC 2, but they didn't even announce when that's gonna be. I don't think there's enough significant changes to want me to keep playing. Other than that, I still have to go and test all these corrupted weapons, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna have to play with stuff still. So I mean, it does give me a few days to mess around. I don't have any audio. Probably because my headphones were off. All right. Anyway, so I had for sure summer. No. Okay, so if you guys want a little bit of insider knowledge, I do know that the DLC is going to come after Dragon's Dogma, but not too long after, probably. No crit on overload anywhere. Why would explosions be the reason why? Why would explosions be the thing that they would cause overload crits? Sorry, I can't fucking think. It's not going to be summer. You guys don't have to wait that long for it. So I'm excited to get on that, but at least we have time to play Dragon's Dogma. Anyway, so I jumped on earlier when I was at work, and I wanted to test out some of the corrupted weapons. We have new corrupted weapons. And I had made a clip showing the ridiculousness that is corrupted nebula. I don't know what neck I want to use with this. I guess Effuvium. So here's the thing about corrupted nebula. So I'll make a build for it later. Corrupted nebula. I guess do this. It does a little thing different now. First off, the damage, rounds per second, magazine, you can ignore that. So it's no longer a spewer. It shoots like needles essentially, and when you hit a weak spot, they release like a wisp, and the wisp does like some basic damage, but it does like a corrosive dot with it. And when you blow it up with the mod using nanophase, they all blow up and they applied like, you know, a longer lasting damage over time thing. So I was like, cool, let's use that. I don't actually want Maelstrom with it. You want to run feedback, because feedback now allows mods to generate mod power while they're active. So that's great. And then let's go ahead and take off some Malevolence. All this stuff. Actually, I just put that on. Let's go Effuvium. So basically, the idea for this is that we want to use Nanophase and stack all the corrosion shit. So let's go ahead and do Timekeepers, because Timekeepers is a dot. And here's the thing about dots with duration. This says it does 340 damage over 20 seconds. Cool. So now it's going to do 680 damage over 40 seconds. Great. I got Affliction on still. Big numbers. And then let's go get our status damage. I think there was, yeah, 15%. So 740 damage over 40 seconds. And then we're going to go with Burden of the Destroyer. 851 damage over 40 seconds. So we're just going to get all the elemental damage that we can. What would I use for the last slot? What would I use for the last slot? You don't want less status damage. You just want more. Elemental damage 10%. And hey, now it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. So let's just pick whatever. Let's just go with acid, whatever, acid loop, acid stuff. Okay. So the whole point of this, though, is that when you can I not reload? Why don't I have any ammo with this? I like literally just updated. I have no ammo. I can't use an ammo box. Let me touch the thing. Yeah, Remnant 2 does have a third planned DLC. I don't know when that's going to be, though. Why don't I have any ammo with this fucking gun? My gun doesn't work. I was working on my laptop. Huh. I can't shoot. No, I don't have anything. Huh. Yeah, the stats are nothing. I can shoot Anguish. Anguish does damage now. That's cool. None of the corrupted weapons I can use. Why? No, I can use these ones, but none of the new ones. It might have something to do with the old mod for oh, I could use Cube, kinda. Beyond Hell. There we go. Let me close this and let's try this again then. Oops. I alt escaped and I wanted to alt F4. Alright. Now it might be Beyond Hell. I don't think I had it on my main PC. I thought it was only on my laptop as I was testing it, but let's see here. I'm so stupid. Beyond Hell bad. Oh yeah, because I still have Beyond Hell on here. Oh, you know, it might be Crazy Affixes. That's probably what it is. Let's put that off. Maybe. Or we can crash now. Well, this isn't fun. I don't think the logic mods mattered. I don't have anything else in there. Oh, Beyond Hell. Probably that. Let's get rid of Beyond Hell. I didn't think I had Beyond Hell on this computer, but I guess I do. Sorry. My screen's going crazy. Alternator. I don't think any of the Frozen stuff is going to come back, to be honest. I don't see us going back to raise them. Alright. Hey, look, damage. Okay, so those are Beyond Hell mod. I just had to remove that for the time being. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. So, this thing shoots like little darts that cause, you know, your little corrosion stuff. That's cool. But what I had found earlier is that this gun is kind of all sorts of nutty. So, first is that you have a window for when you actually detonate these with the mod. Before, like, if you just keep shooting, they don't come out right away because they have like a lingering death animation. And if you detonate them while the death animation is going, you can just keep pressing it. So you have like 3 seconds of, hey, I could just keep blowing up the same ones. So that's kind of gross, right? And then the other thing about this is that you notice the damage of this dot is fucking 1200. Because every single time you blow one of these up, it puts like a dot on, but it stacks with itself. So every time you detonate more, it puts more on. So you just keep going bigger and bigger. And as long as you're scaling it with the duration, they're going to last for 20, 40 seconds. So this little dot is going to just get really, really big. So that's a little silly, right? So the other thing about this mod, though, is that because with feedback, now that mod damage generates mod power, the dot from nanophase is generating us enough mod power so that, let me go ahead and reload first. We basically have infinite mod damage. So we shoot 5, and we blow it up 3 times, and then, sorry. And basically, you can see my mod power never runs out. Sorry, once I actually get this going right. Alright, let me step away. Alright, actually, I'm going to just go fight a different thing. So you just keep pressing it. And then these dots just get really, really big. So, Corrupted Nebula is a little silly right now. Oh, sorry, my face cam's in the way of mod bar. Oh, my bad. Let me go and move that. Webcam, let's put you, see, and I have to do this, and then I put it over chat, and then I gotta move chat now. So move chat up. Yay. Sorry, I didn't know that. Why is so? Because the dot scales with itself. So as I mentioned before, if you put one on, it does like a small dot. And if you do a couple more, the dot gets bigger. And then you do a couple more, and you keep refreshing the duration and the dot ticks at the same time. So, yeah. So you basically have infinite scaling. But then, even that's crazy. But what's really ridiculous is that you have like a 3-second window where you can spam... Ooh, you know what? Do I have mod cast speed? Ideas are forming. Mod cast speed. There's Cyclopean Band. There's something that does mod speed, mod use speed. I don't think so. No items. Anyway. Oh, I can get 4 out with that. Because you can keep popping them while their death animation is still out there, while they linger. So, this thing's a little weird in that when you detonate them, the first couple shots don't apply wisps. They have like a long death animation. So, during that animation, so I'll, you know, here's one, and then just go away. If you keep shooting, I guess 5. You have to do 5. Sorry, I don't explain things right. So if I throw out 5, which is the max, and you detonate them, you see they don't come out. They haven't come out yet. You throw 5, blow them up, and then they still don't have any. Because they have like a weird lingering thing where you can't get another one because they're still in like their death animation. But while they're in that death animation, you could just keep getting mod power because you can get mod power back from feedback. And then you can just spam it. What if I can get 5? I like the 50% corrosive damage. But if we put on Jester's Bell, nah, just get the damage. But I can get 4. So the thing about the damage, so yes, you can put, whoops, sorry, Caesar's in my way. You can put Band of the Fanatic on, but the thing is, this is reducing the duration. Where is Band of the Fanatic? There we go. So now it's 331 damage over 14 seconds, and you don't actually want that, because you're going to have times where you're not going to have a lot of time to like refresh this. So you don't actually want that, because it's not actually giving you more damage, because all it's really looking at is this tooltip number here of 3381. So those are 172 ticks. Like if I do 5 and blow it up, 86 ticks. I think it's because the thing's scaling with the duration. If we just take that off, yeah, they're already at 220. The thing is scaling inversely with dot duration again, so you don't want that. Duration bad or duration good, so Fanatic is actually lowering your damage. So bit haste in the build. I mean, haste with 1 point of regrowth. I don't think I have enough time to do 5. Jester's Bell. Did I put on Weightless Weight before, not Jester's Bell? 15%. Let's put on Kinetic Cycle Stone. Nah, I can get 4 out. I think it's 4. I don't think it's gonna let me get 5. Nah. Yeah, basically, Roy. Yeah. But you can get 4. I don't think you need all these to do 4. I think just getting the mod cast speed on Lifeless Heart might be enough. Put back Destroyer, just all dot damage. Can't quite get 4 on that. Maybe I do need a little bit more. Mod skill cast speed. Maybe I just do kinetic cycle stone for 4. Yeah, so that lets you get 4. So anyway, this is the only weapon I actually messed with. So, oh, the Stone of Malevolence give you mod power from the explosions. Let's look at Stone of Malevolence. I'm actually gonna put on just a coach gun with fire really quick. Which fire? Which fire would basically instantly fill up before. So, let's take off Archon just to not fuck with stuff. Oh, actually, Dominator is 35% mod skill and explosion damage. Okay, so it's not higher. All right. They did say that they changed it in the patch notes. It does not give you mod power. Not a lot. 15% additional. Now, that's 15% additional, but it's also because we can't generate mod power naturally through it anymore. What if we put on Archon? Let's see. No, even with Archon's perks, it's good, but it doesn't look that great. I'm gonna wait for it to run out. And we got almost halfway. Almost halfway. With Archon perks and such. So let's try without Stone of Malevolence. Actually, I need to do a full bar. Just so I can get a good estimate. Alright, so we're gonna go with 2, and we're just gonna drop 1. Actually, I hit 2 targets. That was a bad choice. Bad choice. But, okay, so, yeah. Let me just go back up to 2. Alright. And I just keep pushing buttons because I'm a fucking idiot. Sorry, I'm like sick today. I'm not feeling great. Doing a lot of not good things. Alright, 1 target, 2 bars. So watching mod power grow. Really not getting a ton. But I got about a quarter. So let's fill this back up to 2 bars just so we can get a comparison again. Wait for that fire dot to go away. Okay, so it is noticeably better. Stone of Malevolence still does provide a lot more mod power. Not as much as it did, but I mean, we only got like a quarter up before, and now we're getting damn near halfway. So it's still good. It's just it's not OP. It's not OP. Energized net coil. We'll see about that. So energized net coil and and timekeepers. And we have ritualists, so who just has a single element shot that we can hit something with? I guess we'll just hit something with hot shot. I think the big problem to energize net coil though is that they put that internal cooldown on it so that like it doesn't tick all that often. 960. $1,100? Or is that my shot? I don't know what. No, 1,100. That seems really good, actually. Yeah, like, if you're running around clearing trash, like getting a big explosion for 1,000 seems pretty okay, alright. And the cooldown doesn't seem that long. It's only like a second. No, it's actually, you know what? Well, let's try something a little different. Let's go with LMG. Now, if you have both hot shot and fetid wounds, or I guess let's put on hot shot so we can see the difference. Will it overwrite, you know, whichever one? Yeah, even just fetid wounds, a 600 burst. It's not terrible. Oh, but it doesn't. Okay, yeah, it still has like a 5-second cooldown, just obviously on targets that aren't already dotted. So that makes sense. But if you're running around just popping shit for that much with no active mods, that's pretty good. But it is not taking... No, sometimes it does. It seems to be randomly picking whichever one it wants to apply. That was 1,200. That was 1,200. That was 1,200. Some of them were only 700. Well, now they're back 700 on hot shot. But, yeah, okay. Seems good. See, like, that was 700. And that was with hot shot active. 1,200. 1,200. 1,200. 780 with hot shot. So sometimes it will take the fetid round. So that's kind of eh. Isn't this computing with 20% all damage though? Well, I mean, if you're building a dot build, 25% dot damage is effectively, you know, all your damage. That's not terrible. I would say that's not bad. It's probably not going to be amazing for bossing because it doesn't proc all that often, but that's free damage. Does energize net coil with the nebula dots? Oh man, fucking nebula. Let's see where that goes. Granted, these are going to be weaker because obviously we're not getting the 50% boost from the neck. And shard. Let's see. Yeah, definitely more for clear thing. Does this have feedback? It does have feedback. Yeah, it blows up for 5,000 when you can get it going. $10,000. 14,000. Yeah. 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 That's almost expected. 15,000. 20-something thousand. Because, yeah, the dot just keeps getting bigger. $33,000. $7,000. 8K dots, 44,000. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So it's a lot of damage, and yes, this does scale with nebula. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. All right. Anyway, I saw nebula. I haven't tested out the other weapons. I do want to check these out, so. Corrupted Cube Gun. So Corrupted Cube Gun is a fusion charged autocannon that generates cubes that penetrate, infinite ammo, can overheat, cannot score weak spots, and no stagger modifier. Cube Room conjures a cube that increases heat decay and reduces heat generation. Okay, so you can just spam heat guns. I wish there were more guns that had heat, to be honest. Oops. Cube gun. Let's take that off. Alright, so cube gun. Guess none of these really matter. We'll unequip these. I like how I'm still in here, the damage is still capped out. Like the DPS is going down, but you know, broken. So infinite ammo, infinite reserves. Oh, it's a charged weapon. That's kind of cool. Only one hit and no weak spot hit though. Yeah, it's trick room for guns. Oh, but it doesn't decay while you're charging it, so you can't maintain it still. It kind of sucks. It hits like a Mega Man gun. So it's a charge and a heat gun. So if we put on Archer's Crest and microprocessor. Yeah, it overheats really fast. That's 30% reduce heat and heat decay. With, I don't know, like no weak spot hits. It pierces, which is cool, but it doesn't do very much damage. I guess I'm mod stuff right now. Let's go just put on Hunter Challenger, I guess. I don't have any gear. It's just I can't do crit stuff. No crit stuff kind of sucks. Range damage. 360. I don't know. Firestorm can be infinite with just feedback? Most likely, yeah. But like, so the buff that it does only reduces heat decay and heat generation, and automatically Caesar, what are you doing? Oh, dog was being annoying. Um, yeah, like, I don't know how much ammo it generates. I guess I can check that out real quick. It generates a bit, not very much though. I have like 147 in reserves on the LMG over 15 seconds. Eh. No, I haven't tried it yet. I've literally only touched Nebula and now Cube Gun. I don't know. Caesar, leave it alone. I'm trying to find a situation where I'd use this. I mean, obviously for trash clear, being able to pierce through a bunch of stuff. Stop hitting my pens. Maybe he wants a toy. Hang on. You want something? Where's Caesar? Caesar's being annoying. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, because, like, you can go through trash, sure, but that's about it, I feel. It overheats really fast. With the mod, it's better. I wish it hit more than once or something. I don't know why it would, but... Oh, you know what? Hey, hold on. No, I do have amplitude on already. That's with amplitude. Does that actually increase the size of the cube? No. Damn, that would have been cool. How fast is it on Spore Bloom? Let's see. Spore Bloom. Oh, it's gonna take me a minute to go through Spore Bloom ammo. Did you imagine if it was that fast at regenning ammo, regardless of the ammo type? Like, LMG has a huge, like, reserve. Alright, so let's go. We have 10 in reserves. I have half the ammo down on Spore Bloom. It's not very much ammo. I got 5 shots off in 15 seconds. So, yeah. You get 1 bullet every 3 seconds of standing in the cube. And I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but I don't know where I'm gonna use it. So, hold on, just, it hits for 355 with, obviously it can't weak spot, and it's got no crit. No, it can crit, I've seen it crit. But it's got no innate crit on it, which is funny. I guess neither does Meridian, but yeah, no innate crit. But yeah, like, Corrupted Meridian just shoots for more, and it's AoE. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to use the cube gun. Because, like, I really like... Yeah, I don't like the corrupted cube gun. I like the regular cube gun. I think the regular cube gun's really great. Especially with, like, bottom feeder. I think it's awesome. It's just, it overheats, and, dude, it overheats so much. So, I don't know. Corrupted cube gun, not feeling it. Not feeling it. Corrupted Nebula, we already went through, is ridiculous. Corrupted Sorrow. So, Corrupted Sorrow. Oh, that's not the description of the way it shoots. So, it cannot harm allies. That's interesting. Fires bolts, which stick in. Okay, makes sense. The mod now launches wisps that seek the anchor primary target. Okay. And then deals damage. And bolts anchored to allies heal per wisp. Okay. I see. So it's like... It's an ally gun, too. I don't have anything to shoot. Hold on. Dog. I should need mod power. Oh, while I'm here, I should check Faerun's. It seemed to generate a decent amount of mod power. Okay, that does damage. That does a lot of damage, actually. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 gets me almost halfway. Faerun seems decent. Like, it does give you a decent amount, but alright. So 5 split. Huh. Okay. You're gonna need to do mod power generation for this. That's cool. I like that. Does this enrage summons? I don't know if it does damage. It doesn't do damage to summons, so I would assume not. It's gonna be hard to... I mean, obviously, I don't think you want to use this for the shot. I think you want to use it for the mod. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of flipping damage. I'm not even scaling mod anything right now. Well, I guess I am with Summoner. 555. That's a lot of damage. Alright, so... Summon. Does not enrage. No. Oh, that's a good point, Ricardo. That is a very good point. You're smart. You're smarter than me. So no enrage. No enrage. That's cool. But it does do a lot of damage. That's so much damage. Hey, Dudley. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Sorry, I don't have any of like my notification stuff going on. How's it going? I'm Fem. I do gun stuff and play a lot of Remnant. I'm just testing out some of the new stuff today after we had gone through the patches, trying to see what is cool and what's not. I kind of want to see... What if we did mod scaling on Corrupted Sorrow? I think this damage on this thing is just kind of gross. Oh, does this count? No, it doesn't count this explosion. Where's Burden of the Follower? I bet they can crit. I bet we can do Burden of the Gambler. And Probability Chord. And something else for mod generation. I don't know what you would want for mod generation. Okay, well, thanks for lurking. I appreciate the raid, dude. And welcome, everyone. If you got questions, let me know. I'm fairly knowledgeable on Remnant stuff. Alright. So, fire rate also seems like it'd be a good way to kind of pseudo get through mod generation. So, fire rate. I don't think cast speeds, but I want fire rate. Because it's going to work similar to a build that would run Anguish, which is another thing I need to try. But, let's see here. Oh, I really wish we could use Index of the Scribe, but no weak spot damage. What amulet? I guess just Whetstone, right? Alright, so, buddy. Oh, I still have 3 from, that's funny. I still have 3 of these things from, Beyond Hell. Shouldn't have 3. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and do grenade. God, those hit so hard. But you can't reload. So unlike regular Sorrow, Regular Sorrow uses the mod and reloads because they come back. This doesn't. But this thing hits really flipping hard. Yeah, Anguish got fixed finally. That's a lot of damage. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. That seems pretty good. I don't have other ways to get more fire rate on this right now. I'll have to figure something else. Yeah, the reload is really what's slowing it down. But this is a handgun too. The fire rate's pretty bad. Like, it's a really slow start, but like, it's a big burst of damage. I wish there was a way I could reload and use the mod at the same time. You could probably Provisioner's Ring swap. Use mod and then swap. You can mod swap it. You can mod swap it. You might be able to do a mod swapper build with it. No, you couldn't actually, because it takes too long to shoot. Okay, you can do something with this. I know you can. Because that damage is really, really good. The reload is what's fucking it up. You need reload and fire rate. That's the thing. This gun has got a lot going on, but you need too much to scale it. You need mod damage. You obviously have to crit. You need fire rate, you need reload speed, and you need mod generation. Actually, you don't need mod generation. Oops, wrong ring. Because there's no point in getting more mod generation if I have to dump all 10 into this thing anyway before I want to use the mod. So you don't need mod generation. So what we need is fire rate. Oh, is it Outcast? Yeah, 25% reload speed. Maybe Outcast Ring's the way to go. That's weird, it didn't generate mod power. It's not generating mod power anymore. Why isn't it generating mod power anymore? What? What did I do? What? Why doesn't it generate mod power anymore? If I can, I don't understand what happened. So you run a shotgun Woodmaker primary to sack Outcast Ring and use this as a potential nuke? Probably, you probably could. Blackout Ring, I could do Blackout Ring too. There's a lot of good reload rings. I'm just wondering why this thing stopped working. If you use this and you don't dump the clip, it looks like it stops generating mod power. Cool! Alright, well I guess I'm not using this thing anymore. Oh, did I, Martin? So if I shoot this thing like 4 times though... Okay. So I can generate mod power again. Okay, we're fine right now. Okay, fine. And now I'm not. And now I don't get mod power. You think so? But it works fine. I don't think it's from Beyond Hell stuff. Because it's a weird interaction that's happening while you're using the mod. and you don't do a full clip dump, because it didn't fuck up at all when I full clip dump. It was only when I started to do partials. Like, let's just do a full. Okay, yeah, still generating mod power. No problems detected. Big numbers, big numbers. No problem, see? Not a problem. You dump your full clip. No problems detected. Mod power looks good. No problem, okay? No problem. I shoot 4 and reload, or shoot 4 and mod, and now I'm stuck and I don't have mod power. The best way to find corrupted charge, just play the game. If it's working like it did in Halloween, run to either the root nexus on Yeisha, and then get it down to like a third of its health, and then it'll just constantly spawn shit once every minute. Or you could run to Indira's End. Yeah, Indira's End. Is Indira's End? Or Kayula's Rest? One of those. One of the Yeisha dungeons. They're really small and crowded. You can just run back and forth until you get an aberration to spawn, and then you kill yourself and do it again. Okay, so I can generate mod power again when I do a half clip, but it doesn't happen right away. Let's see what the timer is on this thing. I wonder if it's the bolts when they fade away, if I can generate mod power. It is. It's the bolts. It's attached to the bolts. That's what it is. Nerude also works. Open world, like overworld Nerude. Okay, so if you use the mod and you have bolts in, you can't generate mod power until that bolt goes away. So no mod power, no mod power. Still no mod power. Because I have all these bolts in this. Still not generating mod power because bolts. As long as you keep a bolt in the target, you cannot generate mod power. That's why. So I'll wait for it to go away. And now I can generate mod power. That's not a Beyond Hell bug. So if you throw half your clip out, and then mod, and then shoot again, you don't generate mod power because it's still technically an active mod. Now I bet if we put on feedback, we will get mod power. No, still don't. Okay. Never mind. I thought you would. You do not get mod power back if you have bolts in the target after you use the mod. Beyond Hell is Remnant 1's From Hell mod that we're working on for Remnant 2. Yeah, so you have to full dump this thing, which it only sucks because I wanted to run it with Outcast Sigil and probably other reload rings, because this stacks up to 25% reload speed, and so the goal was to get enough mod power to shoot like half your clip, and then do that, and then continue shooting so you get more reloads in, so that you can get your Outcast Sigil stacked up quicker. But then if you do like your half and keep shooting, you don't get mod power, so that kind of fucks it up. But yes, Frost, that is exactly how that works. So I think the Corrupted Sorrow has potential to be a really good sidearm, but it's kind of has some issues. I could see it being good. Does a lot of damage. Alright. So out of the handguns, Cube Gun, who brought that up? Ricardo brought up running Cube Gun with Plasma Cutter, which I don't use Plasma Cutter like at all. because the buff from running cube gun would be really good. I don't know if you want to run bandit or if you want to run momentum plasma cutter. Does it count as mod damage? It might still be ranged. And then let's just get some mod back. This might be halfway decent. And then we'll run, I don't know what. Doesn't really matter too much. Oh, that's fine. It's easier. Alright, so with 50% reduced heat generation on plasma cutters mod, how much plasma cutter can you cut? Cut a pretty good amount. Enough that you're not going to overheat, that's for damn sure. Yeah, I mean, so it just, what it means is that you could run cube gun and plasma cutter rather than run like micro compressor ring, and then that way you can actually get more damage output, whatever, on your plasma cutter. This thing overheats so fast. That's a good idea, Ricardo. What else would you put on in that case? I don't really know. I'm sure you could build around it. I'm not really into overheat weapons. I think the idea is cool, but yeah, 'cause you're not going to overheat at all. You're also not going to overheat without it, because you're going to reload anyway. Does it actually do anything? Yeah, like I put momentum on it too, but I'm like, you're going to run out of the clip, and that's going to reload, which is going to cause you to drop your heat regardless. So I actually don't know if the cube gun's actually providing you with anything significant there. Like, you're still going to overheat without dumping the full mag. You only get 17 more shots? Extender? But Extender, I think Momentum's too good to pass up, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's too much overkill on the overheat. So, alright. Still not feeling cube gun. I think it does have uses with the whole heat thing, but I'm not really feeling it right now. Corrupted Sorrow could be good. The reload's kind of bugged, and that's iffy, so that kind of sucks. Nebula is broken beyond all shit. We'll have to see what that's like later. So let's go ahead and move over to Corrupted Arbalist. Now, there was in the patch notes regarding the original Arbalist. Oh, I have full screen on, that's why my thing keeps fucking up. Arbalist. So, this is not Corrupted Twisted Arbalist, but Twisted Arbalist, I don't understand what this means. Because primary fire always applied mark on everything hit while mod is active anyway. So I don't know what that does. But, Corrupted Arbalist, let's see what this thing does. Also, I need to put this thing on... Whatever. feel like every time there's an update, like it resets my settings. Oops, I hit escape because I'm stupid. There's no other gun in the game that actually struggles with heat like Arctic Cube Gun. Regular Cube Gun does. Both the Cube Guns have really bad heat management. Okay, so Corrupted Arbalist. This thing is an automatic magazine 8. Oh, magazine 8. Automatic bouncer. It hits up to 2 enemies, so only 2 enemies. And how much damage does it do? It's not terrible. So it gets cut in half on the bounce. Actually, it doesn't get cut very much. Those are crits. It's not going to hit a weak spot. It's not bad. It's actually not bad. The damage is very good on both the hits, actually. Okay, so that's cool. So we have automatic. Oh, I am dying to myself. There we go. It's slow, but it's automatic. Alright, I like that. That's cool. The mod increases fire rate, reduces recoil. What recoil? And sway. Oh, and each disc does an explosion? Okay, so this is a mod weapon. Oh. You speak in my language now. That's enough, you know, screen blur to, you know, give Monster Hunter Rise a run for its money. Okay, so it's mod based. So let's go back over here to Ritualist. Are these explosions? The original ones were explosions. It says explode. And then we're going to go back to Crit Gambler and Ahane Crit Gambler. Yeah, Crit Gambler. Does it scale? It should scale with explosions. So we're gonna see. It shoots so slow though. Oh, weapon does reload for you. It's kind of hard to tell. 880s on crits. I mean, it does the ignite from Vulcan, so it does count. But it's hard to see where the numbers are coming from because there's a lot of impacts and explosions. So slow. Thousands. Damage looks pretty good. Fire rate's definitely something you're gonna want to do. So fire rate on this. Let's do. It's actually not elemental. Let's do mod damage. Mod duration, probably a good thing to pick up on this. Mod duration's not a perk. Should be. It's not. So we have crit, or we could do. Oh. Let's see. And where's feedback? Can I have just this running on its own, generate enough mod power to loop itself, and do feedback, and then Ahane's cool and all, but then what if we ran reload speeds? I need reload speed and fire rate. Where's blackout? Nah, I want Outcast. Outcast is 25% reload. And then I don't want Ritualist. Challenger would be crit. Summoner would also work. mod power. Mod power, mod duration, for sure. So slow. Oh, bandit maybe? Oh. Okay, I do generate a lot of mod power through feedback while it's active. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Oh yeah, let's just keep that going. That's pretty good. Let's see, so if we have it prepped, Outcast Ring is the thing that's going to be the thing holding us back. It's because it's a ramping up, and we're obviously not going to be reloading that often, so we don't need that. So what if we just get more fire rate? I know we have Bandit Infinite Damage for 8% fire rate, but is there anything else that we could run? Boar. Boar doesn't last long enough to go and swap. It's not worth it. Mod duration. 15% mod duration is not enough. So you have 8% fire rate. I wish it was just 8. That'd be crazy. Nothing's gonna help us trait-wise. What else could I do with this? I'm thinking of just getting fire rate or reload speed. Frivolous Band. No, because I don't want to have to sit on perfect evades. Let's do crit stacking, because of course everything's got to be crit. Alright, alright. I'm not seeing anything else that's really going to help. I really am not. Bandit's a good choice. Mod damage, 25% mod damage, maybe? Amplitude. I have amplitude. Oh, I don't have amplitude. Don't know if I want to hurt myself with that. That's pretty fucking good DPS. I mean, if you're holding up 2 targets, right, technically it's only 1, but 4K DPS is not bad at all. I mean, I guess fucking Arbalist is back on the menu, dude. Bandit Arbalist? I mean, right? Like, what else do you want? Oh, I didn't even have an amulet on because I didn't bleed it. Let's go ahead and well, let's get some mod power real quick. $1,200 explosions is pretty good. It's still 4K DPS. Yeah, I think Ricochet Rifle is back on the menu. Ricochet Bandit, which is something I loved back in Remnant 1. Yeah, I mean, I think that'll work. I'm not even using skills. Not no secondary weapon. Okay. Okay. So that'll work. So Corrupted Arbalist is going to be pretty flippin' hot. Now, I really want more fire rate. So here's the thing. You want fire rate and you want... I guess you don't technically need reload speed, but you want fire rate. And Bandit does give you some as well as the clip size. So Bandit's like the no-brainer choice here. Unless momentum triggers on this. I don't see why it would. Like, obviously it's going to trigger on the weapon, but on an actual mod damage. No, it doesn't. Momentum only applies to the weapon and not mods. So, I don't know why I bothered checking that again. Now, Bullet Weaver is really good because it does fire rate and mod power generation. 20% fire rate's really, really nice. I don't think that's gonna counteract having to reload so often because obviously you're gonna be running through your ammo significantly faster. Yeah, like that tanks your DPS pretty hard. You want Bandit. Challenge. The problem is that this is mod damage, and Challenger doesn't get, well, I guess you are shooting it with some range damage, but for the most part, it's mostly mod damage, so you're not going to build up Rampage stacks. Bandit. So, mod damage, 25% is good. Crit. Explosions are good, because the dots are good. Haste would be also good. Haste would be reload and fire rate, so Golden Ribbon might be a pretty decent idea. You're right, Boss, you're right. Because it does give fire rate. Now, I forget, does Challenger Aura doesn't actually increase with, I don't even know what the skill is. Resonance? I don't think it does. Like the radius of which stuff goes out. I don't think it does. But anyway, let's get Rampage going and we'll try that. Is there a new swap build you can do this? No, you don't want to play Swapper with this. Alright, so I don't know if this, am I gonna hit myself? I might. Oh, that got him raged really fast. Oh my god. That's scary. Why did I kill myself though? I mean, that's fire rate. That's kind of fucking scary. Does Rampage hurt yourself? Why did I end up, like, killing myself, though? That was with Kinship. What ended up killing me? That's odd, right? What killed me? Yeah, we'll have to see what mod power generation is like. Actually, well, let me just try this one more time really quick. Okay, so I'm not killing myself. Was I killing myself with the explosion? It was just the explosion. I was too close. The explosion rate is huge. Alright, so Archon Challenger flipping Corrupted Arbalist, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. Just saying. Pretty good. Corrupted Arbalist, overall, looks like a big win. Like, that mod is pretty good. I still want to go and test the other Arbalist to see what changed, but Corrupted Arbalist is pretty fire. I like that. Yeah, maybe Amplitude's bad there, but alright. Now, my loadouts, I had Starshot. So this is my original Swapper build. And obviously this has got to get changed because none of this shit works. You don't want that. Cost of Betrayal you don't want. I think you just want Sinister Totem. Actually, Neck Coil might be good now. And let's do this. I'm curious to see how much mod power we can get through Stone of Malevolence to feed back Starshot, because before we could run Starshot basically infinitely, and most of that was because of Stone of Malevolence. Now this is where it's going to really show whether or not we actually got like a really nerfed Stone of Malevolence, because we also did get buffed other things that give us mod power through active mods, so we'll see. But don't know. Oh yeah, it's not looking good. It takes a long time to get Starshot back. Ugh. Okay, but that's with Prophecy. Feedback works now. So let's try this again with feedback. How's the patch? There's a lot of changes, actually. And a lot of changes that I wasn't expecting. The corrupted weapons are pretty neato too. I do like these. What's been covered so far? We went over the patch notes. We went over all the new corrupted handguns. We were working on the long guns. Corrupted arbalist is fucking awesome. I still got to touch corrupted savior, but I wanted to test Stone of Malevolence nerf. So I'm seeing how we can generate mod power for Starshot Span. It's still pretty bad, even with. See, I'm only getting about a bar. That sucks. Alright. That's with Energized Neck Coil. Nah, Corrupted Arbalist you have to keep using. There'd be no time to really swap over. Is Ritualist still the worst dot class? No. They fixed a lot of the dot scaling, so Ritualist seems to be one of the best classes now. I'm trying to figure out how would we go about generating mod power and a shit ton of it for Starshot. Now obviously we could still drink our Shadeberry and use some drugs, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. I was really hoping my asthma would be the thing that like saved it, but I'm not getting that much mod power. Yeah, Hand of the Fanatic is dead. Like you don't want to use it ever. Band of the Fanatic. I don't know. I think mod swap build for Starshot is probably dead. Let me try other mod swapping builds. What else? Do I even have one? Did I get rid of the other one? No, it's this one. Yeah, I don't think we can mod swap anymore. That's really disappointing. We'll see, but this looks like it's working. It's definitely a little slower, but It still works. So that's fine. So I don't think we need Stone of Malevolence though. Let's try taking that off and see what happens. Yeah, we don't need Stone of Malevolence anymore. Starshot and Corrupted Aphelion. Oh, yeah, Corrupted Aphelion. It could work because it generates infinite mod power. That could be a thing for sure. And because we're not running Stone of Malevolence, I don't think we need Detonation Trigger either. I think we could run something else. We could go back to being like Crit Bleed. So if we did Crit Bleed Explosions with... be another good ring. Just mod damage. We just do flat mod, or we can have fucking Atonement Fold. Who doesn't want to put Crit Bleed on literally everything? I mean, that still holds up. So, yeah. Mod swap. Okay, so that mod swapper still works. Still works. Follower. I got follower on. Okay. So I'm happy about that. Good. So I didn't kill that mod swapper. We don't need yeah, Corrupted Arbalist does do more DPS. 100% it does. But that's Corrupted Arbalist that can sustain itself better because it's bouncing off 2 targets. We don't know how that's going to play off in a single target match, but so I might have to do some tweaks now that we're not scaling mod power based upon dots, so we might change this around. But Corrupted Aphelion and Starshot should still technically work as well. But I think that was also largely being propped up by Stone Malevolence. Never remember where I put stuff. So I want feedback for this and Harmonizer? Prophecy? Probably Prophecy. This one's we're running Fire. And then technically, rather than Crit... No, Crit's probably still good. I was like, I could run Fire and then do a lot more... Well, let's see if the mod generation's fine. Let's see how this goes. Because it could still be an issue. And remember that feedback generates mod power based upon mod damage, so we do want to scale damage to get more mod power. We still might want to just do more mod power generation, but more damage does help. Alright, so... Dude, this is going to be too slow, though. It only generated 1 ball. And now... they don't automatically generate mod power. Okay. What if we did spread reduction? I know they just nerfed it, but where is spread reduction? 20%? That's like nothing. It's not gonna work. Like, you're gonna have to be like point blank in order to get those to go. Like, Starshot generates enough mod power to use Aphelion, but Aphelion isn't generating enough mod power to feed back into Starshot. So I think Starshot loop might be dead. We can try running Stone of Malevolence just for some extra dot. It's too slow. It's not gonna work. You can, but the point of doing a mod swapper is you want it to be fast enough that when you shoot it, you can swap over and go right into it. So doing it like this is just clunky. Like, you can do that, but because the problem with it is that doing a Felions mod, you're gonna have to, if you want to detonate them on your own, you're either gonna have to put points into amplitude in order to actually hit something that you're, you know, if you have to detonate them right away in order to keep your upkeep. And that's gonna cause a lot of problems for you, because you're gonna kill yourself for sure. Or, if you don't do that, you're gonna pop it earlier, and then you're not gonna get any Aphelions damage. I don't know. Where's, net coil? I don't know. It's so much slower than doing it before. Because before, if you saw like my One True King, you know, mod swapper build with that, you were able to just hot swap them back and forth, and there was, you know, you're just chucking star shots left and right. And I'm not saying that, you know, doing this setup is bad. It's just really clunky, and I think you're going to get yourself killed in a fight. These things are very, very dangerous. I think they're more trouble than what it's worth. I wanted to get enough mod damage with something stable that you could just keep swapping back and forth. Like, if you were going to run, like, where's feedback and like Witchfire, and then Sun, because these are all a lot of burning damage, and Stone of Malevolence, Processed Heart. Still not quite fast enough, because you want to be able to, like, once you shoot Starshot, swap to something, use the mod, and then go right back into Starshot. Because this is almost as fast as doing a Felion. So much mod power. Yeah, I don't know if you can do like, Stone of Malevolence really propped that up. We could get... There's not very much things we can do for mod generation, huh? Like, I could put on Red Ring of Death, and we can just forego crit if we wanted to just get more dot damage out of this. And Singed Ring? That's multiplicative damage. Like, those are fat dots, but it's still really slow to get Starshot. Like, we can get all the Witchfire in the world, but obviously this is too much mod generation, because we just put fire on like 3 targets. So I don't think we're gonna be running Starshot anymore. I don't think unless there's something else I'm missing, like a way to upkeep Starshot. I'm not seeing it though. Corrupted Arbalist running, because you'd have to take off Bandit. You want to use Corrupted Arbalist with feedback in order to generate mod power for Starshot, so that would kind of hamper that, and there's no point in splitting that. I don't know. I don't know. What would we do with Starshot? I love Starshot, but I don't think we can sustain it anymore. We'd have to do something that can generate a lot of damage and therefore mod power through feedback. And I don't have very many ideas. And it has to be fast enough that we want to do that and then swap back to Starshot rather than just keep doing the thing. Alright, I'll come back to it. I'm going to try out Corrupted Savior. Let's go ahead and swap to like a Gunslinger loadout. That's also true, Richard. It is true. So, Corrupted Savior. Corrupted Savior, Black Crystal weapon. Oh, is that like something... Is that like a thing? A Black Crystal? Which increases fire rate as mod power generated. Fusion Cannon. Isn't this just Railgun from Remnant 1? Isn't that how that works? Oh my god, that takes forever. So much mod it needs. The whole clip gave me 2 out of 5. This is literally just Railgun or Fusion Rifle from Remnant 1. Oh, it's not auto press. It's press and then shoot. At least you can hold it. It's kind of cool. So I assume it's the same. Okay, it's the same gun as Remnant 1. So they gave us Fusion Rifle back. Alright. So... no, Entropy. It looks like a lot of that stuff is fixed. So, Corrupted Savior is Fusion Rifle. God, you need a lot of mod power to use this thing. I feel like... I don't know, let me just get a full reset on my mod power. Maybe you just want to not use the mod and just keep on the fire rate bonus. It's got a lot of fucking ammo, holy shit. 510 rounds. Whoa, why would you use the mod? The mod hits for like 4K. And then you go back to this. Why would you use the mod? There's no point to using the mod. Unless you, I don't know, like, unless you can scale the mod to be like super crazy, but I don't see that. It's not elemental, doesn't do anything but direct damage. Unless we can use feedback or something to generate all of its mod back. It's only 10%, it's not gonna be enough. But like, this is nice. Like, look how fucking fast that is. That's 3k DPS on just, I'm not even like skills or anything. I'm just shooting this damn thing. Yeah. And then if we have feedback, when we hit one target, we get almost half of one. That's not very much. Alright. I had provisioners on. Bandit fire rate. And where is infinite damage ring? Oh yeah. Let's see how fast this goes with Bullet Storm. Oh, momentum. Momentum would be good, huh? I thought Bandit would be awesome because Bandit would let us not have to reload. The reload's kind of poopy on it, but let's see. This thing is fast. That's pretty fucking good DPS. It's so fast. Now, that's with momentum. We're hitting about 6k DPS. Depending on reloads. 5.8, 5.8-ish. Alright. Bullet Storm already fell off. Bandit without needing to reload as much. Let's see how that goes. I'm sorry, Fosk. Oh shit, it's almost... I'm gonna have to go soon. I have to raid in WoW in like 30 minutes. So I'll have to do videos later, I think. But, alright, so let's go ahead and grenade this thing up. Bandit is not enough. Momentum is definitely the way to go, though. Momentum crits are too good. That's pretty nutty, though. Oh yeah, Rampage. Rampage would also be kind of gross. Hold on. So the mod is whatever. The Corrupted Savior, going back to what Fusion Rifle was, great. But the mod, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna touch this really quick. It's so fast. I like it. I do like it. Have you tried New Hunter's Focus? Nah, I haven't. Not yet. Oh, I didn't put Rampage on. Why would I have put Rampage on? But again, I'm gonna have to go soon, so I'll have to test other stuff later, like when I'm at work, and do a more thorough analysis later. I've just been messing around, figuring out stuff today. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that in. Scary. That's so much damage. Oh my god, actually, you know what? Where is the ring? There we go. Devloop. That's what we're gonna use it for. Devloop. The reload's actually not terrible on it. It's a lot faster, maybe it's just because I'm running Gunsinger. Wait, does Devloop not work anymore? Oh, I forgot they nerfed Devloop! I forgot! No! Dwell sells the new corrupted weapons. I can't use Devloop on this. No, I think they made it so you can't run Devloop and have skills reapply. I checked the tooltip, but nothing changed. But I don't think I can run it like, I'm waiting for Rampage to come back, if it ever does. I don't think it works like it used to, though. So, like... Because it's all crits. Oh, no, I guess... No, I guess it does work. Never mind. False alarm. I thought they had changed it. I thought they changed it. Sorry. I'm an overreactor. My bad. My bad. I thought they had changed it, though. This is too much skill usage. It's actually killing the DPS. Seems like pretty good uptime, though. Yeah, like, this will work. Anywhoozle. Alright, so yeah, that's kind of gross. I do like that. I don't know if we can do something with the mod. I don't know. The mini-map? Oh. I guess it is. It does shake on hit now. Alright, that's all the new weapons. Corrupted Savior's good. I do like that. Is it better than Monarch? Might be. Oh, might be better than Monarch. It's hard to tell. The fire rate's kind of gross. I like Monarch's lesser damage for doing that. Alright. It's gonna be pretty close to Monarch, I'd say. Well, Corrupted Arbalist is just kind of gross. Yeah, it is hit scan. That does make it better. You're right. 100% you're right. Corrupted Arbalist is gross, though. I like this thing. Arbalist Bandit. It's coming back. Now, Engineer has range damage, so that's good. I don't know what you're supposed to do with Explosion on Dominator for Summoner. Shark is better now. Oh, how fast is these Gold Digger skills? Alright. That's pretty fucking fast, actually. Holy shit. I'm not saying that that's bad at all. That's really fast. That's without Flashcaster or anything. Oh no, I have Flashcaster for some reason already on. That's with Flashcaster. Are these auras? That's pretty quick. Yeah, let's see. Explosive War Stomp. That's gonna be a weird build to do, because, yeah. I'm gonna have to change everything to be more skill damage based rather than mod damage based. Summoner does explosions. Summoner Challenger? Maybe? Summoner Challenger would be a weird one. But yeah, so War Stomp explosions. Okay, so really, it doesn't change the skill at all. It's just we do have a lot more damage on it. Does it hit for 1700? Hold on. That was a lot of damage. something else. Oh, where's this thing? That was 2,000 damage for a stomp. That's a lot of fucking damage. But like, hold on. Yeah, 1913. Damage with near infinite uses. Is that just because? Hold on. So, Engineer has more skill damage. 1600. It does double dip. They let it double dip. Why would they let it double dip? 1600 damage. Oh my god, they let it double dip. It does, it gets skill and fucking explosive damage bonus. What the fuck? That's so good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not lying about that one. They let it get both explosion and skill damage bonus out of it. That's really good. That's really good. 1900 damage, just casual stomps. 2900 damage stomps. Yeah, it gets both. It does skill and explosion off the summoner. Because you can tell, because so summoner is 35% mod skill and explosion damage. 35%. Typically, when you have multiple things like that, like all damage would be mod skill, explosion, element, ranged, whatever. You only get the highest value of that. But if that was only 35%, then Engineer, which is 50% skill damage, should be higher, but it's lower. This is only 1836, whereas you put on Summoner with 35%, and I'm getting 1980 something, so it's getting 70%, not 50%. Yeah, 1980 something. So you get both. You get skill and explosion on it at the same time. That's crazy. Which means that minion summons would get the same. They still don't do any damage, but War Stomp. UK War Stomps are pretty good. Is Flamethrower Turret. Is that an explosion? No, that's poopy. Impact cannon? No, it's still just additive. All those damage, like range damage, mod damage, skill damage, all that gets piled into one bin of added damage. And then that gets multiplied by, like, crit, weak spot, stuff like that. The only sources of multiplicative damage right now are Singe Ring and Ahane Crystal and the Grenade, I believe. I don't know how many of those are intended, though. So that's explosion. It's pretty good. 1,000 AoE clear. So you get mod and, oh, then mod and explosion damage means that these would be better. I can't tell though. 400. Hold on. 600. Where is Corrupted Meridian? Maybe this is what I had on before. Yeah, so this is with Challenger. Yeah, I really gotta go, but I want to test this one last thing, and then I'll have to come back. That's interesting. I didn't think they'd let Summoner double dip, but they do. So Summoner Archon is definitely going to be a thing. Alright, so Rocket 1 with the Fire Dot, 4,200 damage. Could have been crit RNG, but I got significantly less on that one. This is both mod and explosion. I probably should just take off crit stuff. Actually, let me just look at non-crits. They're 555 crit. Is it not equipped? That was weird. There, okay, that's a lot better. 765. I don't think it equipped before. So 765 crits. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 5k plus. Okay. It didn't, yeah. It's a lot better than Challenger. So explosive mods, you definitely want to run Summoner. Yeah, 675 or 657, sorry. Yep. Warsomp can double dip. Some of the engineers turret does explosive and skill, the whatever it's called. Impact cannon as a turret does it. Mod skill or mod explosion and skill explosion both do it. So summoners bombs will double dip. I don't know anything else skill wise that would explode. Summoner twisted arbalist, yeah. Yeah. What would we want? We don't want follower. We don't need the mod power. We do want mod duration. I don't remember what I had on other than just crit. Why is it doing, well, 1,200 damage is not what it was doing before. The fire was, I don't know what I had on before. I know I stacked a lot of fire rate. Oh, I did Rampage. I think Rampage was kind of where it was at. That one didn't seem quite as impressive. Oh, I was running crit with grenade. That's why. Yeah. But this does scale. Alright. Hey, Hoozle. I'm gonna have to get out of here. I've got raid stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff I want to play with now, to be honest. It was a relatively small patch. There's a lot of little stuff that changed that kind of changed all our builds, so I'm excited. So I'm gonna go and play around with stuff. If you missed going through the patch notes, you can check earlier in the VOD, but I'm also gonna put that up on YouTube for the lulz. And I will work on builds and other stuff later. So thanks for hanging around, people. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get out of here. So yeah, I'll be back on Remnant tomorrow or something after that, but we'll see. And hoozles. Peace. Thanks for the raid, Dudley, and everyone for sticking around. I appreciate it. Okay, bye.